So this is number 250, the place we have been into a very small cloakroom area at the beginning. Let me get in and move out and shut the door of this little porch. Yeah, we can get a few coats there, that's fine. And swing round to the stairs, which is carpeted, although it's a very thin carpet, not of good quality. And as we swing round, we can see some of the tattiness, or start to see some of the tattiness of what we have. The floor is probably the original floor, but for me, it is not well done. It is not polished. It will have been one day, but it isn't at the moment. And there are scraps of paint everywhere. So the painters have not taken much care over this whatsoever. And you can see here where the original varnish would have been, and then it becomes worn and tatty and not looked after. Again, splashes of paint everywhere. Here, into the living room. Here is our kit ready to go. A comfortable settee there. Very small television here. So once we're inside, we can walk into this cupboard, which has quite nicely been turned into an extra toilet, which you may well need or want with 6 people. Very small, but adequate. Again, lots of pipes exposed, and it could be, they could have been boxed in quite nicely, and I would have done that. That's the pool. Look how dirty that is. Again, not what I would call a superb house. Remember, this is described as superb. Exposed pipes, that would have been very, very easy to have covered over and made to look nice and spruce. So let's turn that off. Again, a grubby pull. Horrible gaps there. Let's turn that off. Off we go. Back upstairs. Let's go back upstairs now. Here are the stairs. They're quite steep, but they're okay. Very thin carpet. And as we look, say, on the banister, you can see paint that hasn't been rubbed down properly. It hasn't been varnished properly. And around we come into a bathroom, reasonable sized bathroom. Happy with that. And then some pictures which are really not up to scratch, are they? Look at that tatty warm frames. Just think that the taps work okay. They're fine. They fit in terms of fashion, but I would have replaced those. Back we come to exposed pipes. Yeah, of course. In my own home, I've boxed those in so they look good. Exposed pipes here. A really grotty photo, or reprint. Really old-fashioned as well. See that everywhere. And here's the hand pull. Oh look, there's nothing there. Just a piece of string. And we come to the outside courtyard. Now that's next door that you can see there. That's not this house's courtyard. A bath with grubby, tatty, poor finish. And around we go, the bath again. Yeah, of course it wears, but it should be renovated regularly. A stained bath, that looks blue. I hope it comes out on the video. And still a bit grubby in there. With some red, wherever that's come from, I don't know. Yes, it's a cheap quality curtain. Look, here's the finishing, which I know in the corner, yeah, we know it goes black and mouldy, but it's dealt with, isn't it? And I can't say much more about that. Out we go into one of the bedrooms, which has twin beds in. Again, we can see lots of rubbish, lots of poor finish on the floor. It's just put back. The gaps haven't been dealt with. It has been varnished, and then it's been left, and where it's worn, it's not been revarnished. That's the finish. That's poor finish again with the paintwork. I wouldn't have employed these guys whatsoever. There would have been some kind of skirting here, which you can see where the skirting would have been there. But of course it's been replaced, but it's not been replaced with the same kind of thickness. But that could have been finished off nicely. Look at those pictures. Nah, not good. They are antique and they're over 50 years old, almost certainly, but they are rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Poor quality bed, needs to be modernised. I'm not going to say much about that. We come round to the same poor quality bed, and they're okay, single sizes, no trouble about that. My wife said that was comfortable as well. Poor picture. You notice that I said my wife, so therefore I wasn't sleeping in there with her. I wasn't even sleeping in this bed. I decided to have the bed next door, which we'll see in a minute. It was quite comfortable, I have to say. But here's the finish on the wardrobe. That's not what it should be, obviously. Dirt and rubbish around there. And we come back down here. Oh my word. A tatty piece of furniture would have been thrown out. These should have been thrown out a long time ago. Again, a 50s style mirror, which okay, fitting with the age of the house, not worried about that. And round we come to the bed I used on my own. Look, it's meant to be a double. Probably is classed as a double bed, but hey, you wouldn't get two people in there comfortably with a good night's sleep. Poor finish again around the place, tatty carpet, and up to again utilitarian wardrobe. But hey, look, there are bits off here. It's very poor around the edges at the top. Some more reprints, trad reprints, and we come to this. Oh yeah, I don't know whether somebody thinks this is, oh look, that's old, that's dirty, that's grubby, it looks antique. Yeah, it is antique. It's over 50 years old. But do you know what? Sort it out. It's just a grubby, tatty picture. Use the picture, but in a different frame, for goodness sake. This light doesn't work. It's not worked. That other light does work. This window fixing here is missing, so you can't shut that window, lock it, and we look out onto the street. That's okay, but again, dirty windows from the outside, dirty window here with cobwebs on the inside. And away we go. So have I been up the stairs? Let's go back up to the next step of stairs. We're quite cheap, but okay. Safety rails, good. It's not a problem. And up we come to this room with same kind of wardrobes. That one could be polished up and made to look good. Excuse me. Around to a bay window, which looks out again onto the street. Again, very grubby windows, and very poorly painted. Around to the open wardrobe. Yeah. No comment on this. Plastic, it could have been closed in somehow. Plastic hangers, and I understand that people will take the ordinary hangers, and not a problem. Don't leave any hangers, they're tatty. The hairdryer just thrown up there. And we come to some more furniture, which is rubbish. Not worth a flea. And I might mention I do a bit of woodwork and renovation. I would have hardly have used any of this furniture, this wooden furniture. I would have stripped it and broken it into bits for use for spare works and any projects that I do. Some more photos or paintings on there. This one's okay. It's more up to date, more reasonable. The frame's not too bad. And into the bathroom, which is a bigger bathroom. Well, it's an ensuite bathroom. There's a shower. Again, a bit grubby inside. Oh, a bit dirty there. It worked. It provided hot water. It was okay. And that's a modern unit, which it should be. The whole house should be of this style, modernised and made to feel comfortable, made to look comfortable. And we're down these stairs and around we go. We don't need to say any more about that. And as we come down here, we're going back down the stairs. I'm just going to go into the kitchen, to the floor, TV's on, we're ready, packed to go. I just want to make sure you can see these. Most of these books need throwing away. They are disgusting, as is the bookcase. They're dirty, look. I wouldn't have it in my loft, let alone on display in a bookcase. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Again, a grubby floor. That was comfortable when we used it. This was comfortable. My wife was happy with that chair. It was quite comfortable for her. And we come out into the kitchen. Here's the dining area. That's adequate. Just about fit 6 on there. And I'm going to go out into the garden here. Well, that's what it's described as, a garden. And out we go. There it is, the garden. Ooh. Rubbish there, tatty. Actually, it looks like somebody's left that there. Oh, it's a bag of compost. This stuff's growing all over the place, unkempt. There's the bay tree, which is why it's called Bay Cottage. Why don't we call it Rosemary Cottage? And yeah, look at that, tatty, tatty, tatty. And you come out into a right of way. You have a right of way through the other person's garden. This is not kempt at all. Maybe was once a cellar down here, I don't know, or to give ventilation, we'll see. We don't know. Grubby, dirty, not cleaned. And then we're going to come now into the kitchen area. Okay, it's an okay sized kitchen area. I think minimal size. It's got the things you want: toaster bins, dishwasher, fridge, washing machine, gas hob, which is unusual, an electric oven. That could be replaced for an induction cooker. Cupboards just crammed full of rubbish. All glasses. Okay, why do I need all those glasses for 6? We don't. Crockery, of course we need crockery. We come to here. Now, that is what's left at the top by other people or the owners, and you've got 2 shelves for any food you want to keep. Okay, we've managed that just. And just want you to look at the floor, the markings on it. They're everywhere. It's chipped, it's not renovated. That looks awful in the way that it's done. Could be better. There could be some kind of false floor here, grubby, dirty down there. And then, I don't know whether you can see that in there. That's on top of the fridge. It's disgusting. Oh, look at it. This hasn't been cleaned since it's been put in. No question. No question of that. That's on the washing machine. And then we come round to more crockery, which you don't need. That's a false cupboard. This is a very small fridge freezer. For 6 people, you need that as the freezer and something the same size on top, if you can fit it in, of course. I don't know, it's difficult in here. Oh, coffee pots. Why do we need so many coffee pots? Jugs and other bits which nobody will use. And again, in this cupboard, lots of things which people mostly will not use. Look at this on the floor again, it's chips. It's not good. And back we come through. I'm going to come through past the TV that's on. And here I go again. This is where we came in. That's it. This cottage was advertised as 9.2 out of 10. Superb. I defy anyone to come here and tell me with a straight face that this is superb. It was a lot of money, certainly not worth the amount of money I paid, and I want people to know. Back in the kitchen, and I don't know whether you can see those cobwebs. Inside they are. Inside here, they obviously been there for some time. Well, look at it. Fantastic. I won't grab it off. Yes, I will grab it off. Look at it, so you can see it. Grabbing this down here with the windows itself. Is that superb? Describe it superb. Now, I've put this on the table so that you can see it. Here is the waste bin. It looks like somebody's tried to kick it or whatever, but some effort could have been made to have made it look better than it is now. And inside there, that's tatty, which I think describes the house quite well, tatty. And I've just noticed over here some more cobwebs or dirty windows again. That one is dirty windows, inside as well as outside. This is the bedroom with the twin beds. And the rim of this old lampshade. It's not what we call superb, is it? Some kind of mark on there. I don't know what I think that's on the underside of that. Oh dear. More tatty and dirty books. Do you want to keep this free or not? No. Right, stuff to go in the car. Walk through again. Good view from the front window out to the high street. Tatty bookcase with books that are awful. It really needs throwing away. Look at that. Look at that. Dreadful. I don't know what anybody's thinking of. Books here with bits torn. And a tatty bookcase. So we're going up the stairs once again. And you can see how poorly that is done. A bit nitpicky maybe, but here there's paint all on the banisters. Not what I would expect in a house that's good. This is classed as superb. I wouldn't even class this as adequate. Maybe just adequate. I would give it a class. Nonsense, rubbish. Very poorly cleaned and maintained and fitted. Markings everywhere. This is the dirty used stuff. And that's inside the dirty radiator. And this top bit, if it wasn't painted down, would come off, but it can be easily pulled off. Oh yes, you can see. That can be easily pulled off to be cleaned. This has not been cleaned. Inside there, there's rusty bits on here, which we can see. That's just generally tatty. Generally tatty. Very cheap blue roll holder. Okay, it works. But it's certainly not superb. The exposed pipes we've seen. Dirty windows we've seen. And we go further up to the top stairs again. Up we go. Again, the dirty used towels that we've had with our guests, our disappointed guests. Oh, that window is dreadful. Should have been replaced, or at least renovated years ago. Years ago. Utilitarian for the old furniture, which is nonsense. Awful. 1950s furniture. Not practical, not aesthetic, not valuable. And if it were, you wouldn't just put an open hanging space there at all. The chair's okay, that table's okay, and would be acceptable. And into the bathroom, where we can see it's the shower cubicle, which is okay, works. Grubby in places, but it's not too bad down there. A bit grubby down here. Looks like it's not been cleaned. And that is dreadful in there. I'll come in here to just show these were the towels as they were left. I've used one set. I was in here, but it's poor quality. It's very badly displayed. It's worn. Not good. So it's important that We see that again. Inside the radiators, disgusting. Appalling. No attempt by anybody to clean that or to get it clean. The utilitarian wardrobes. Again, I think we've seen this before. Look, piece chipped off. Come over to here to the frame. Somebody's idea of an antique. Not really. Oops, the door's not opening very well. And pyjamas on there, didn't have any. Woolens, I didn't have any. Hats, no, didn't have any hats, apart from my outside hat. It doesn't close. And away we go. I think I've got enough here. Don't need any more at all. Very, very disappointing here. This house has potential. It certainly hasn't gone anywhere near it. Okay, so this we found just a minute ago, left by the previous guest, I guess. I think. Fridge cleaned up and emptied as we go. As is the dishwasher. All good, all tidy. Tidy in the kitchen, bread being cleaned, surfaces cleaned, tidy bits and bobs, that's all used, but it's tidy still. Let's put that up the other way so that it empties out. Got the kettle all clean, the cooker. What about this?
Yes, I can't find anywhere to fit it in.
Okay, I just asked my what about this spot? We can't find anywhere to put it, so it stays there for the moment. Microwave oven, more trays and oven gloves and so on. And there we have it. Put fire blanket as is required. And back on these grubby things. Dirty, rusty, yuck. Hey ho, it's done us okay for a week. Not ideal, certainly not superb. But there we go. It's what it was. We're not happy, and we should make sure people know that we're not happy. I'm concerned for the next guests coming in here, that if they come tomorrow night late, they may, like us, find an issue with things and initially say, well, look, this looks okay, this room, and it does. It kind of feels okay when you walk in. But when you start to live in it for some time, you realise how poor it is. In many aspects, as we have videoed. Hey ho, we're done, we're off. Bye now.